Hello. This video is intended to help you successfully navigate the process of promotion and tenure at Point Loma Nazarene University. However, the official source of information is the faculty handbook. In academia, promotion and tenure are important processes that provide faculty with an opportunity to document their valuable pedagogical, scholarly, and service contributions to the university, and for the university in turn to both reward and show continued support for the professor's work. Although applications for promotion and tenure will contain similar and overlapping documentation, the two processes are not identical. Promotion, whether it is from assistant professor to associate professor or from associate professor to full professor, requires the faculty member to meet certain standards. The application for promotion, thus, must demonstrate that the faculty member has met or exceeded the expectations outlined in the faculty handbook. Promotion, once granted, is associated with a move up the salary pay scale. Tenure, on the other hand, recognizes the co-investment of the university and a faculty member, validating and strengthening their mutual commitment to each other's success. Prior to tenure, faculty members receive one-year contracts. With tenure, faculty members receive the security of a continued contract, as long as they and their programs are in good standing. Now let's take a look at the calendar. First, let's look at the yearly schedule most of you will follow as you seek promotion and tenure. In your third year, you must submit a third-year review. This review is intended to give you important feedback on your progress toward obtaining tenure. Your dean will be able to tell you when you are first eligible to apply for promotion. You can personally decide to delay submitting your application for promotion. That is, if you feel that you need another year or two to meet the promotion standards. You can choose to wait until you've strengthened your application. The promotion, if awarded, would become effective in the following year. An unsuccessful application will not automatically result in the loss of employment at Point Loma Nazarene University. If you were hired into a tenure track position, then the next important application date is the 6th year of your tenure clock at Point Loma Nazarene University. At the beginning of this year, you must apply for tenure. If tenure is granted, it will become effective in your 7th year. If tenure is not granted, you will be given a one-year terminal contract. Finally, you must spend at least 4 years at the associate professor level before becoming a full professor. For example, if you became an associate professor in your 4th year, you may be able to apply for promotion to full professor at the beginning of your 7th year. This promotion, if granted, would become effective in your 8th year. As with the promotion to associate professor, you can delay this application until you feel you have met the standards for promotion. While this is the typical promotion and tenure schedule, not all of you will follow this precise calendar. For example, your schedule will be different if you were hired as an associate or full professor. Your schedule will also be different if you came in with less experience or need to meet other standards outlined in the faculty handbook, and thus will need additional years as an assistant professor before you can seek your first promotion. You may also decide to delay your application for a promotion if you believe that this will help you and strengthen your application. Finally, certain significant life events, such as a major illness, the birth of a child, or an adoption, may alter your tenure clock schedule. In all cases, faculty members should discuss their tenure and promotion schedule with their dean. Next, let's discuss the rubrics associated with tenure and promotion. To assist faculty in this important process, Point Loma Nazarene University has provided rubrics by which the promotion and tenure applications will be evaluated. There are 5 rubrics. 1. Commitment to Christ and Christian higher education. 2. Teaching. 3. Scholarship. 4. Service. 5. Collegiality. The first 4 rubrics are used both for promotion and for tenure applications, while the 5th rubric on collegiality is only used for third-year reviews and tenure applications. Only threshold rubric scores have been determined since the recommendation to award tenure or multi-year contract appointments will be based on meeting all thresholds and greatly exceeding other scores. While the rubrics are the same for all promotion and tenure applications, the threshold scores for each type of application may be different. Now let us look at each rubric in turn. First, the rubric for commitment to Christ and Christian higher education. As a Christian institution, Point Loma Nazarene University expects that each faculty member will actively live out Christian commitments. You should be able to articulately describe how your life evidences 1. A personal commitment to Christ, 2. A commitment to Christian community, and 3. A commitment to PLNU as an institution of Christian higher education. Second, the rubric for teaching. As an institution of higher education, Point Loma Nazarene University places a high value on teaching. Each year you will receive feedback on your teaching in the form of student evaluations. You will also receive feedback via your academic unit leader and peer evaluations. All of these evaluations will become part of your promotion and tenure applications. Third, the rubric for scholarship. Point Loma Nazarene University believes that active scholarship will support good teaching and the broader mission of the university. As such, you are expected to actively contribute to your field of experience or to apply your knowledge in a scholarly way. Point Loma Nazarene University follows the Boyer model of scholarship, which recognizes the equally important scholarships of application, discovery, integration, and teaching. You might also want to read Ernest Boyer's seminal book, Scholarship Reconsidered, Priorities of the Professoriate, or more recent books that discuss his work. Valid scholarship requires some level of external validation, typically in the form of a peer review. You should provide evidence of a scholarly agenda. This evidence includes rigorously peer-reviewed scholarship as well as unpublished scholarly outcomes that may ultimately lead to peer-reviewed scholarship. Because scholarship varies between disciplines, each academic unit has negotiated levels of what counts as recognized scholarship. The document containing these negotiations is available as Appendix 3F of the Faculty Handbook. Fourth, the rubric for service. In addition to the day-to-day expectations of faculty members, such as participation in committee and faculty meetings, participation in religious activities, advising and counseling students, successful candidates also pursue service endeavors for the campus and some other areas, such as the church, community, the guild, or the world. Your dependable, competent contribution to some areas of this broader work of the university is part of your service to Point Loma Nazarene University. Finally, the rubric for collegiality will only be used for assessing third-year review and tenure applications and is rated on your academic unit leader evaluations. Collegiality is important for our work together, but is also commonly misunderstood. Collegiality, thus, does not mean that we will all think identically, but that we will treat each other with respect, even as we disagree or work through difficult issues. Both within and outside the classroom, it is expected that you will show humble respect to all members of Point Loma Nazarene University. Now let us turn to the actual preparation of the application. In the spring prior to each application, you must submit a letter of intent to your academic unit leader, your dean, and the provost. This letter must be submitted by the first Friday in May as indicated in the academic administration calendar. Your application will be due in the fall by the date indicated on the academic administrative calendar as indicated in the faculty handbook. Your application must include a cover letter that summarizes your application. Your application must also include an updated curriculum vitae. Copies of your student evaluations, peer evaluations, self-chair evaluations, and committee evaluations will be provided by the deans for the committee. If there are any areas you would like to highlight or further address in these evaluations, please do so in the appropriate essay as described next. These essays will address the different areas of evaluation for promotion and tenure, including commitment to Christ and Christian higher education, teaching and learning, scholarship, and service. First, commitment to Christ and Christian higher education. This essay can be written as two separate essays or as a single essay, depending on your personal preference. You must articulately describe and provide evidence of your commitment to Christ and to the church. You must also articulately describe and provide evidence of how your Christian commitments underpin your broad commitment to Christian higher education and your particular alignment with the mission of Point Loma Nazarene University, including the Wesleyan tradition. Second, your essay on teaching and learning should describe your philosophy of teaching, commitment to teaching excellence, evidence for continual teaching improvement and thoughtful discussion of any notable low scores or evaluations. This essay should highlight your teaching evaluations, including student, peer, and academic unit leader, the strengths and weaknesses of your teaching, and how you have used this feedback to strengthen your teaching. You should also include in this essay other methods you have used to critically assess and improve your work with students. Third, your essay on scholarship should summarize your scholarly work such that it is understandable for colleagues across the campus. You should provide evidence that your scholarship meets the definitions of unpublished scholarly outcomes and rigorously peer-reviewed scholarship as outlined in Appendix 3F of the Faculty Handbook. Along with this essay, you may submit published articles, pictures, and/or links to your scholarly products. Finally, your essay on service should list and describe your work as an advisor on departmental committees and across campus. You should describe tasks you have successfully completed for your department and for the broader campus community. While internal service to the university is required, successful candidates also pursue service endeavors in other areas such as the church, community, the guild, or the world. The promotion and tenure applications will be assessed in the fall by the Rank and Tenure Committee. Their recommendations will be submitted to the President, who will in turn submit his recommendation to the Board of Trustees. Following the fall meeting of the Board of Trustees, the Provost will contact each faculty member with the final decision. The third-year review applications will be assessed in the spring by the Rank and Tenure Committee. Their evaluations will be submitted to the faculty member's department chair and dean. The department chair and dean will subsequently meet with the faculty members to discuss their progress toward tenure. In conclusion, we hope that this video has helped clarify the promotion and tenure process. Our goal is to encourage and support excellent faculty who will become guardians of the mission of Point Loma Nazarene University. We are glad that you are a member of the Point Loma Nazarene University community, and we wish you success with your rank and tenure applications.